My uncle was a professional soccer player from Pirates, and I said, no, I want to be like this guy one day. But I was bored, like I was like, this thing is boring me. I can't do this. I'm going to start dancing.
How I found my passion for food, oh my word. Food saved my life.
How do you make your parents understand what you're trying to do? And for me, it's like you can come use the space so that your parents
and understand what you do.
See where you are, what you're doing, and how you're doing it, with who you are doing it,
When I grew up, wine was known to be a drink for sissies, for white people, elitist, so we wanted to change that mindset.
Before I got into wine, I used to be a receptionist, and I was so tired of office work. I mean, who wouldn't want to be drinking on a job, officially?
My name is Mada, so it's an AKA. My real name is Sitembiso Makanya. I'm a Pansula specialist straight from Soweto, and I'm an actor professionally. So I'm in art generally. That's what I do.
My name is Maschaba Nonyani, and I'm from Middleland, Soweto.
Okay, I'm Relebukile Khwadi. I'm co-owner of Native Rebels and founder.
Ndingumnikelo Manxipu of Morara Wines Emporium.
I am the resident sommelier here at Marara Wine Emporium.
My name is Mpho Palane of Food I Love You. I'm the head creative, owner, founder, and I make things happen here.
I started dancing bourgeois. Many people, they don't know that. Not that I'm mocking bourgeois, but for me, when I was dancing bourgeois, I didn't have that connection with bourgeois, So then I started seeing some other guys dancing spansula and stuff, I was like, yeah, this is the real deal. This is technicality for me. It's mathematics. So it was mathematics for me. So I was like, yeah, I need to do this. I started doing that, and growing up, going to the street dances, to the parties and just dancing, for the love of it, But I didn't even know that I was doing the right thing. But because of the people, the love that they gave me, I was like, I'm in a right tune here. If people are loving what I'm doing, then which means it's a good thing.
My fondest memories of food, we always gathered for food. It's about sharing, it's about connecting, it's about, just being in a space where you're feeling love and you're, embracing each other. There's a lot of moments of emotions that also come out of that. So I think I've centered a lot of my food around that. My memories also of what I cook now is really based off like the tastes and smells that I still remember of my grandmother, her cooking with like white pepper and all of that. And it was just like so simple, but just so endearing. And I could feel the love, from that. The house still looks the same. Not much has changed, and maybe the tiles, but this ceiling, still the same. The cabinetry in the kitchen, still. We used to keep flour in here and sugar. I don't know what else you used to keep in here, but it's still the same.
The white man bid his asses on the rack.
The name was kind of strange because when I acquired the building or to work in the building, I had partnered up with Reggie, who was trading here under the name Roots. The Rebels, for me, it's always the spirit that we came with here, and Native is just the roots of what was before.
Before even knowing about the name, just the space that we were in, that, young people could still think of starting a business in a place where many people were not seeing opportunity in actual fact, especially young people.
This is the space, this is where you come to get inspiration. This is where you come to inspire. This is where you come to create as well. That's what Native Rebels for me represents or should represent. It should always be something of impact.
And I think the name also, with the people that we have here, they share in the same spirit as us as well. Very rebellious, and they love who they are and are very authentic people.
We faced with a couple of wines. I'm salivating already, but I'm not sure what to choose because all these wines are good.
Well, tonight I feel like having a blend. If you can just...
So which blend do you recommend?
I recommend the Raka, please. Yeah.
Do you know what Raka means in Xhosa?
No, I forgot.
Raka, it means if you go beside, So, you know what? We started this shop 14 years ago to provide a platform for wineries to come and display and sell their wares. It was our contribution towards the injustices around wine, because historically black people have always been deprived accessing fine wine, and also to demystify all the negative notions about wine. But it all started with the Soweto Wine Festival.
think that it's still quite a long journey to go, but slowly but surely we are changing the mindset. I used to work for another wine shop where you'd find white people coming in after work, grabbing a bottle of wine to go have with their food at home. Whereas with us here, the only people that you would get is someone saying that the doctor said I must drink dry red. Which dry reds do you have? It would be really lovely to see Black people adopting that culture of having a glass of wine at night.
You want to nose it?
All right.
Wow. Oh, your dark fruits, plums.
Plums. Sorry, I'm not being a wine snob. This is how wine is enjoyed.
Yeah.
The National Coronavirus Command Council has decided to enforce a nationwide lockdown for 21 days with effect from midnight on Thursday, the 26th of March.
Talking about COVID, it makes me upset. When this thing started, I was in France. I was supposed to stay there for 6 months. It was a lot of money, and they had to cut that job because now we had to go back home because COVID is starting.
So during COVID, I had to sit down and ask myself, what are the nuggets of my business? What makes my business what it is? So the name Food I Love You is really an ode to food, you know. It's about it saving my life. It's about, you know, what it does for me and what it does for other people. So it's as simple as it is. So when I looked at what my business meant, it was about people and bringing people together. I just thought that like in your home, you guys can connect, and which better way to do it than over food.
Digital is gonna be our new normal. So we hoping and working very hard to strengthen that side of business because it has actually taken over our walk-ins. So we're gonna do Morara online and focus on it.
I mean, even I individually, I'm in a spiritual journey, which is it's when you see when I'm wearing these beads, you know, it's an acknowledgement of my forefathers. I don't know how to put it. It's not easy. It is tough because now you have to live your life. I feel like you're living your life and living some other people's life while they are not here.
We also have a Facebook page, so Facebook, Instagram, like you would post weekly or daily, just advising people on if you're having red meat, you can have this wine with it. Or there's what we also call dry tastings, so you don't have to open the bottle and drink the wine. So you can just take a picture of the bottle, upload it, and then give the characteristics of the wine on the page.
As a creative, I have to have a good camera phone and I have to know how to shoot and stuff. But it's really tough because we didn't grow up using those things and having those skills. But now I understand a little bit because now I started installing Vuma at my house, you know, the fiber, you know, that's where I started like learning stuff, you know, like because now when I scroll around, because I have a lot of data, I don't know what to do with it. So just scroll on my phone and I see these videos on YouTube, you know. I see these videos on TikTok, you know. Hey, if you want to upload your video, just do like this. You want to go viral, do like this. And I started teaching myself, okay, let me listen to these people, you know.
We are still in COVID. We're still in lockdown. We're still not able to, you know, reach the amount of people that we can reach by coming here. But I don't think our narrative and our story is limited to people coming here. How do we reach a bigger audience in understanding what we represent? I mean, we've got now technology, we've got platforms that are, you know, make this world much, much smaller than it looks like, you know.
A lot of the guys, they come to my house just to upload their stuff, you know, and upload their videos and stuff, you know, which is quite sad. You know, we need more of these things in order to teach these guys, you know, what do you need and how can you do it, you know, and stuff, because that's the life that you're living in now, right now. We don't have any choice.
every week I would change my meal menu, and I would send it out to people, put it on my social media, etc. But the meal would always also start with bread, because I think bread is important. You know, it's just about breaking bread together, you know, in a literal and figurative perspective.
The other important part of us being in Soweto and staying in Soweto is, or you know, doing the work in Soweto, because we want to show young people, I know that's a cliche, but you want to show people, actually not even young and old, you know, black and white, that there is work to be done within the communities and still be able to make money. We can only start to reach that audience once we can get the infrastructure right. But once we have that, and which I think is going to happen very soon, and it is actually happening, we will be able to reach a much broader audience, and in also being able to tell our story and what we represent.
So it's just really getting my aromatics in and starting my base off with that. And then from there, we then start making the magic. We bring Mamkhele, my grandmother, into the kitchen. So this dish is very interesting. I don't know what was happening that day, and I just woke up wanting her cabbage. I never used to cook with white pepper at all. I use black pepper mainly. But that particular day, I was just like, geez, I want cabbage, and I want it this particular way.
Sijama shampompo. Sijolto zaselokishini shaywa ngekhapha. Asinasikhathi. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
Sure.
To us, to good connections, and to creatives, yes, definitely.
To my driver.
To the chef.
I always like connecting the dots as to, you know, what we can do after. For me, COVID is perfect opportunity in terms of not making money, but starting anything that you want to start, because we did not value small stuff, or starting small, if I may say so.
Sure.
Before COVID, we always wanted to start big and be big. And with this COVID in place, it gives us opportunity that just start wherever you are with whatever you have. Just start, and like I say, the internet will find you. We found a whole lot of people.
And there's still space for, you feel like there's still space also for like creatives.
Yeah.
It's not always the mainstream work that will always bring in the money. So
I think there's much more focus on finding creatives now.
you know, you gotta find opportunity even, and for us as a business, as a brand, it actually pushed us to do more. I don't know if you guys also had to, how you had to reshape your business, but it pushed us to do more, to be more creative, to be more in touch with what people want, to be more innovative, very innovative, you know, think out of the box, like, you know?
So you spoke about the creativity now meeting the business side, and I'm now trying to get myself into the business side. And I've been very fortunate that the creativity has kind of always like led the way and like opened me to another space. But when it comes to numbers, not so much. Like it's the yeah, like I'm just like, my heart is there. Like, no, guys, we have to make it perfect. It's just, and you know, it's just like no cost. You can't put a cost to these kind of moments, you know. So, but that's also not true, because then you're not building something that is sustainable, right? So I definitely do think the numbers are important. So
Yeah,
I'm
but,
trying to move into that world.
Something maybe that might give you peace is that money follows passion. So, so if you stick to your passion, then the money will definitely come. But if you rush, obviously, for the money, the passion is going to suffer.
For sure. And I mean, I've seen it in my industry. I've seen a lot of people trying to do shortcuts and, you know, in different forms. And it's sad because, number one, you need to respect the craft and where you're at, you know. I think if I talk to food, you're feeding people, so there has to be some level of respect to the food and to the person at the receiving end, you know.
So the theory of passion doesn't pay the bills, where does it come in?
No, I'm not saying passion doesn't pay the bills. I'm just saying if you're trying to build a sustainable brand and something that has longevity, then you have to unfortunately bring the business part in.
We need to support each other, which is very, very important, which is something that we're not doing very well, where we come from, you know. I think that's a key. You know, in life, I think, I don't know how to put this, but all of these things that we're speaking about, I think it starts from back when we're growing up, you know, the discipline, you know. And I believe discipline, it's not something that they can teach you, you know, but it's something that you grew up with. You know, being a gentleman, it's something that you grew up with, you know. I always, that guy said, like, no, you can't do 1 and 2 and 3, you know. It's something that you have to have in you, you know. But I think sometimes speaking like this, it really helps.
I really think that today went very well, and I really wish that we can keep our promise of supporting each other and being there for each other.
I'm just grateful for the connections. I think, like, you know, I wouldn't have known of you guys. I know you guys, but we've never actually, like, interacted. We kind of are in the same circles, but, you know, and I'm just grateful to have you at my table and just, like, let's connect, guys.
I hope this is not going to be the last thing.
It's definitely not the last.
Okay, we'll drink to that.
Drink to that. Cheers.
Cheers. Culture connecting people.
Cheers.
My coming to cooks, to light, to beautiful life.
My vision and my end goal is to grow the online market, and not only locally. I would like to see it advance even internationally.
That's where we'd like to see Marara be, or Marara Online be.
I'd like to empower everybody that wants a space like Native Rebels. We do have plans of going to New York, maybe Atlanta, and touching a different black type of audience.
The reason why we are here, or why we decided to be here, is to firstly to understand that where you're from is equally just as important as, you know, where you aspire to be.
My mission going forward, I think with COVID, I think it's highlighted one thing. I think intimacy is very important, and I thrive for that. I thrive for moments where it's not a lot of people. So I am loving what's happening right now, in a way. I think it works for my business model. You can kind of scale it at some points, but I love the intimacy of it all.
This is my time.
Truly being creative as an artist, as an individual, that's the future for us, actually, because everybody needs creativity. That's the only thing that's gonna get you into the top. Creativity all the way.